listen closely, because what you are about to receive is not just a thought from your mind, nor a voice that rises from your emotions. What now reaches the deepest part of your spirit is my living word, direct and uninterrupted. This is not a passing idea or a temporary comfort from people. It is my voice, as clear as daylight and as firm as a rock, speaking to you now because the time has come. This is not just an ordinary moment. It's not a break in your journey for you to pause and think or rest. This moment is sacred, marked by me before the first star was ever placed in the sky. I have brought you here because your soul has been crying out, and I, your God, have heard every one of those cries. I have seen every tear you shed in secret, even those you didn't fully understand yourself. I have been present with you, even when you thought you were completely alone. You may think that many of the things you went through were random or pointless struggles, but I tell you that in every step, even the ones when you felt weakest, my hand was holding you. Though you didn't always realize it, you were never abandoned. Even when others overlooked you, when you felt invisible to those who said they loved you, I was watching you with an eternal focus, because I do not see as humans see. I do not judge by how someone looks, or by their actions, or by their pretty words. I look at the heart, and yours, even when burdened by pain, has stayed open to my presence. You have not hardened your heart, and for this reason, I am speaking to you clearly. I want you to know that your faithfulness, even in the darkest times, has been precious to me. Every time you chose to rise again, when everything inside you wanted to give up, that was an act of faith that heaven saw, my beloved. The days when you walked without knowing where to go were not wasted. I was working quietly in the background. When all the paths seemed to close, I started to make a new one, invisible to the world but perfectly laid out in my eternal plans. Now, the time has come for that path to begin to show itself. That is why I am speaking to you, because you are about to enter a new season. What once seemed still will begin to move. The doors you have knocked on for so long without an answer will start to open easily. The delays that made you question if I ever heard your prayers will turn into visible answers, because nothing you've gone through has been ignored by me. Not a single tear has fallen that I didn't collect, and no wound has been left without my promise to heal it. But listen closely to me, because I am not here to flatter you or give you comforting words. I speak to you with truth because I love you too much to let you stay in what is shallow. This is a call to wake up, to understand, to recognize that this moment is not like any other. You are being set apart for something greater. I have not been preparing you just to survive, but to walk with purpose, to move forward with spiritual authority, knowing that I, the Eternal, am supporting you. Many have ignored this call. Many have turned away from my voice, thinking that there will always be another moment, another chance, another day to return to me. But to you, I say, do not let this moment pass you by. Stay here. Listen to me, because this could be the last chance you have to see the fulfillment of what you've longed for. I do not play with your emotions, nor do I invite you to anything uncertain. When I speak, it is to bring about what I've promised. When I draw near, it is to bring change. But you must respond with all your heart. Things around you are about to change. Some will challenge your comfort, and others will bring unexpected happiness. But in all of them, I will be with you, and I have brought you here not to judge you, but to honor you. Yes, congratulations, because not everyone keeps going. Many give up, but you, despite your struggles and failures, still have the ability to hear me. That alone is something to celebrate. Heaven rejoices when one of my children keeps their heart open. The enemy tried to harden you. A world tried to destroy you. But you have made it this far with a heart that still holds hope, and that is all I need to call you to a new beginning. Do not look back. Do not stop to count what you have lost, because what is coming will be far greater. This is the time I have set for you. I marked it on my eternal calendar. I am not speaking to you by chance. I am the one who is, and who will always be. I have chosen this moment to show you that you are about to step into the fullness of my plan for your life. Not because of what you've done, but because of my grace. So do not fear, do not doubt. Just listen and prepare. Beloved child, listen closely and hold on to every word I speak, for these are not fleeting thoughts or empty promises that fade over time. This is my living and true voice, cutting through your doubts and fears to meet you at the very core of your spirit. I have come to speak to you not because you are lost, but because I am guiding you to a deeper understanding of my purpose. Every step you've taken to reach this point, every tear you've shed in silence, every sleepless night when you cried out with no answer, all of it was seen and recorded by me. Nothing in your life has been by accident. Nothing you faced has been outside of my eternal plan. My hand has held you up, even when you thought you would fall. When others left you, I stayed. When darkness surrounded you, I was your light, even if you didn't always recognize it. That's why I urge you to stay alert and aware, because every detail of this season is important for my unfolding plan. Do not think that you arrived at this moment by chance, my beloved. Do not believe it's a coincidence that you are hearing these words now. I arranged this moment for you. I led you to this place so you could understand that you are never truly alone, and that I am still guiding your life. Even when all hope seemed lost, I had already prepared the way for your new beginning. When your trust wavered, I was already holding you, making sure you didn't fall completely. Listen closely. There is a deep strength within you that has not disappeared. It has only waited for my perfect moment. And that moment is now. The greatest turning point in your life is not always marked by long periods or seasons, but by key moments. I tell you now, your next choice has the power to change the entire direction of your life. Do not let hesitation steal this truth from you. Do not let doubt cloud the reality of what I am bringing to you. I understand the heavy burden you have carried. I know how many times you have felt trapped with no way out. I know you even considered giving up on your journey. But I am living proof that perseverance brings its reward. In every season of darkness, I was there. With every silent cry that seemed unheard, I was listening. In every moment when it felt like nothing was happening, I was working. Now I speak. The time has come to strengthen you, to restore your trust. Do not underestimate the power of this moment. The decisions you make now will have a bigger impact than you realize. The paths that once seemed closed will begin to open, but you must move forward with purpose. Don't hold on to the thought that you will always have another chance. Don't think that you can delay responding to my call forever. I speak to you with love, but also with urgency. My voice is gentle but firm. I am calling you to a deeper awakening, to full surrender. What I have prepared for you is not small, not temporary, but eternal, firm and unshakable. But to receive it, you must be alert, you must believe, you must take action. I know doubt has whispered in your ear many times. I know weariness has tried to make you feel like your prayers were pointless. But I tell you now, not a single prayer has been ignored. Every cry you made in solitude, I heard. I am your eternal Father, the one who holds your breath, the one who guides your steps, even when you don't understand the way. If you are hearing these words, if you are receiving them, it is because I have arranged it this way. It wasn't by mistake, and it wasn't a coincidence. I brought us together at this moment to tell you that the time for your rise has come. Open your heart and do not resist what I am doing. I do not come to add burdens to you, but to lift them away. I am here to remind you of who you are to me, to renew your vision, to give you new strength. The enemy wanted you to believe you were finished, that there was no future for you, that all hope was gone. But I speak life, purpose, and hope over you. This is the beginning of a new chapter in your life. Do not hold on to the past. Do not let old failures decide what I have planned for you. My plans are not erased by your stumbles. My will does not stop because of your mistakes. I am faithful when you are not. I remain steady when everything around you changes. Now, I am about to show you that all the time you thought was lost was actually preparation for this moment. This is the moment I've chosen. This is your turning point, and I am speaking to you now so that you no longer doubt or waver. Walk in the path I show you. Trust in me, believe in me, and you will see how the chains that have held you fall away, how the doors that once seemed closed will open, and how promises that seemed dead will rise again before your eyes. I am the God who gives life to what appears lifeless. I am the one who turns a dry land into water, the one who transforms a desert into a lush, fruitful garden. And so I will change your story, because my love for you has never wavered and will never change. My word does not come with loud noise, but with quiet strength that reaches deep into the very core of who you are. Nothing you've gone through has been unseen by me. I know every time you thought the light was fading, every path you walked down alone, thinking no one was there with you. I know your deepest thoughts, even the ones you never dared to share. I know how deeply you longed for someone to understand you, how much you wanted a sign that you were not walking in vain. And now, I am here, revealing myself to tell you that not a single step has been wasted. Everything you've been through, even what seemed like chaos, had its own hidden structure, a profound lesson, and a purpose that was set long before you ever began this journey. Nothing in my design is left to chance. The pieces that seem scattered today are already coming together in a pattern that will soon be clear. Every tear you shed has planted fertile ground. Every moment of silence has given you a depth that is now becoming your strength. And while it seemed like nothing was moving, I was preparing doors you couldn't yet see. Even though you couldn't perceive it, I was working behind the scenes, pulling invisible threads to make sure everything fell into place. Now, as I speak, the truth is unfolding before you that even the times of waiting were a secret workshop where something unbreakable was being shaped within you. You did not arrive here by accident. The meeting of this moment is part of a plan that has been carefully woven together. It was no coincidence that you are where you are right now. I have been marking paths inside you so you could recognize my direction, even amidst the noise around you. I have kept within you an essence that could not be extinguished. The strength you once thought was dormant was never gone, it was hidden, waiting for the moment I had set. That moment is not far off. It is not some distant idea. That moment is now, at this very instant. Here begins the unfolding of everything that once seemed out of reach. Do not fear the change that is coming. What is ahead is not destruction, but transformation. What you thought was the end is really a new beginning. What seemed lost will now become the seed of something greater. Don't let insecurity steal away what is about to be born. The movement you will feel is not by chance, but the result of years of inner growth, of quiet persistence, of the courage to stand firm when everything around you seemed to fall apart. That persistence has not gone unnoticed. It was like a light that caught my attention, like a quiet voice that reached my ears. And now, instead of feeling abandoned, you will see clear direction. Instead of emptiness, you will experience fullness. Instead of closed doors, you will find open paths. What is starting to unfold before you is bigger than you have imagined. It's why I urge you not to measure what's coming with the standards of the past. Don't compare the new with the old. Don't let the memories of past failures put out the flame of what I am starting now. Every mistake you thought was final will turn into a lesson. Every loss will become a starting point. Nothing is wasted in my hands. Everything is used, transformed, and redeemed. What seemed like rubble will become your foundation. What you thought was destruction will turn into your testimony. And when you look back, you will understand that you were not being torn down, but rebuilt. I do not come to frighten you or to shake you without reason. I come to give you clarity and remind you that my faithfulness remains steady, even when everything around you changes. I come to help you see the meaning in every season you've lived. The nights that felt endless have built in you a strength that will now turn into the power to move forward. The weight you've carried is now being turned into authority to help others. What you receive is not just for you, but for others as well, so that the change you are experiencing can multiply into blessings. Let these words reach places nothing else has touched. These are not just words to comfort you for a moment. They are declarations about a destiny that has been carefully planned. Everything changing around you is reflecting a greater change happening inside of you. You are not the same person who started this journey. Something solid hath been formed within you, something that will stay. This is the sign that the preparation is finished, and now the unfolding of my plan begins to take shape in real ways. The crossroads are approaching, and your decisions will now set you on new paths. Doubt will try to rise up against you, but now is not the time to retreat. It is the time to take steps that once seemed impossible. What lies ahead requires courage, but it also brings great reward. With every step you take, you will receive confirmation after confirmation that my hand has not left you. This entire journey was not meant to break you, but to prepare you, so that when this moment comes, you will be ready to hold what is about to unfold. And that moment is not far off. It is happening now, right here at this very moment in your life. Long before you understood the flow of time or the weight of your own actions, I had already set out each moment you would live. There is not a single minute of your existence that has not been known to me, nor a single thought of yours that is foreign to me. The seasons of your life have not come by chance, and the experiences you've gone through were designed to shape a character in you that will stand firm. While many around you have sought clear signs to guide their path, I have been working in the hidden places, the ones that cannot be seen, but where true foundations are built. It is in those unseen moments that I have been forming something in you that cannot be knocked down by the winds of the present, nor weakened by the shifting of emotions. I have seen the depths of your thoughts, even the ones you never shared. I have watched your inner battles when no one else was there to notice. And even in those times, when words couldn't express what you felt, I understood your heart with perfect clarity. It wasn't your strength that moved me, but your honesty. It wasn't your achievements that drew me to you, but your quiet willingness to keep moving forward. I didn't measure you by what others saw, but by how you handled things in private. And that, more than anything, is what called my intervention into your life. Not because you demanded it, but because you were willing. And now, you are entering a phase of your life that cannot be compared to any of the ones before it. This is not a time for repetition, but for establishment. What was once preparation is now becoming a reality. What seemed far away is starting to draw near without you having to push for it. The things that seemed closed for so long are now beginning to open, not due to outside pressure, but because the exact moment has arrived. It's not because everything fits your plans, but because I have decided that this is the right time. When I mark the time, no force can stop it. When I set the processes in motion, no human or spiritual argument can halt the progress. I have started shifting things around you. Some changes, will be so subtle that you might barely notice them. Others will be so obvious that you can't ignore them. But in all of them, I will be there, leaving signs that can only be understood when you trust me completely. I don't need to prove my faithfulness to you anymore, you've already seen it. And I don't need to explain every step to you. You have learned to follow even when you don't understand. This new phase is not about feelings. It's about maturity. It's not about short-lived excitement, but about steady perseverance. What lies ahead will require clear vision, a more sensitive ear, and a stronger will. And that is exactly what I have been shaping in you. The speed of the changes may be overwhelming if you're not rooted in what I have already shown you. Don't let the fast pace of the world around you distort what I have revealed to you in private. Many will wander aimlessly, trying to figure out the right direction, but you don't have to guess. You've been equipped with not only understanding, but with discernment. Don't follow what looks good on the outside, but follow the inner certainty I've placed within you. There are paths that look prosperous, but their end is empty. That's why I have stepped in to keep you from taking those paths that may seem successful but are not backed by me. For a long time, what you did in obedience seemed to have no visible result. Many questioned your choices, and some even mock your persistence. But now you will see how the seed that was hidden under the soil begins to grow with unexpected strength, not because you've done something new, but because this is the time I have set. When I mark the moment for growth, everything that seems still begins to thrive. And when what grows is the result of obedience, no system or person can take credit. This new phase will not be defined by what you can do, but by how sensitive you are to my guidance. You won't need to prove anything, you will only need to respond. I will not ask you to fight to be seen, but to stay where I place you, because that is where the provision you need will come from. You won't be chasing after doors, but you will watch as the doors move toward you. What you longed for so long will now begin to come after you. What you thought you had lost will return to you with honor. Not because you demanded it, but because you waited without giving up. Not everything you know will stay the same. Some things will fall away, some relationships will end, and some habits will be removed. This is not punishment, but preparation, because there are burdens you cannot carry into this new phase. There are voices you can no longer listen to, and influences that must be silenced for the full picture to be revealed. Do not fear the separation. What is part of my plan will remain, and what is not will be removed without effort. Though you may not understand it now, later you will see that what seemed like loss was really preservation. This is not just another season, but the beginning of a completely new dimension. What you will experience is not a repeat of the past, but a brand new reality. The words I have spoken over you are not empty. They are not echoes, memories, or ideas. They are living declarations that are now moving toward fulfillment. The atmosphere has shifted. The heavens are no longer closed. The flow that was stopped has started again, and you have unknowingly been placed at the center of it. Long before the mountains were made, and before your first days on earth, I already saw the path you are walking today. Nothing about your life escapes me, not even what others would see as small or insignificant. I have been working behind the scenes, moving unseen forces so that when the right time came, everything would come together in perfect harmony. Now, you are at the moment where heaven and earth meet to open up a new path for you. This is not the result of chance, but of a plan that was set in motion long ago. For a long time, you watched as others moved forward while you remained in waiting. It wasn't abandonment but protection. There were places you weren't yet able to handle. There were doors that, if opened too soon, would have changed what was being built inside you. That is why I held back certain opportunities and closed certain doors, not to deny you your destiny, but to protect its purity until you were ready. What felt like a delay was actually a shield, keeping you from stepping into things that you were not yet prepared for. This is a moment of a new kind of revelation. I am not calling you to follow old formulas or repeat past patterns. I am leading you into a new understanding where your trust is not based on what you can see, but on the certainty of my ways. Up until now, you have learned how to stand on your own. Now, you will learn how to move forward without relying on what once supported you. What is coming will not be anything like what you've known. It is a path where old ways fall apart and new directions are set. What once seemed unreachable will be redefined, and what felt far away will come close. You have gone through deep internal changes in silence, and during that time, I have worked in ways you couldn't see. I have given you tools, insights, and skills that once seemed confusing, but now you will understand why they were needed. The challenges ahead will require a clear vision and a strong heart, and those are exactly the qualities I have already placed inside of you. Nothing I have put in you will go to waste. Nothing that has shaped you will be unused. It's time for a real shift. This isn't just a change of scenery, but a deep internal adjustment that will prepare you to step into places that once felt too far out of reach. What I will show you won't come with noise or human announcements. It will unfold like the dawn, unstoppable, even though it seems to happen slowly. It will be clear to those who are ready to see it. You will witness, step by step, how everything falls into place with perfect precision. In this phase, there will be no need to prove anything. The evidence won't come from your words, but from the results that will begin to show. Your actions will speak louder than any argument. What once seemed out of reach will be within your grasp without you needing to struggle endlessly. What seemed like a wall will become a door. What appeared impossible will become the place where your dreams are realized. Each step forward will be proof that the work never stopped, but was quietly preparing to come to life in its fullness. This is also a time of deep cleansing within you. Some of your motivations will be adjusted, and some of your intentions will be refined, not as punishment, but as the purification needed to carry the new. There are burdens that you cannot bear, and heights you cannot reach while carrying the old weight. It's why I am removing what isn't necessary and strengthening what is essential. Though you may not fully understand the processes, trust that none of this is by accident. Every movement is carefully timed, so you don't lose your balance as you rise. Now, as you take in these words, a new kind of clarity will begin to take shape inside you. It's no longer the clarity of someone seeking answers, but the clarity of someone who understands their path. Do not look for external signs when I have already given you internal ones. Your certainty won't come from what others say, but from what I've placed deep inside you. As you walk forward, you'll see confirmation after confirmation, not to convince you, but to strengthen the trust already within you. This marks the start of a new stage, where the exhaustion of the past gives way to steady progress, where the uncertainty of walking without a map turns into the security of firm steps, and where efforts that once seemed fruitless transform into unexpected outcomes. Everything you've gone through has been preparation. Everything has been building toward this moment. Everything has been carefully aligned, and now you will see it with your own eyes, not as a far-off promise, but as a reality unfolding before you. Listen closely, because what you are about to hear is not an idea from your imagination, nor a voice rising from your emotions. What now speaks deeply to your spirit is my living word, clear and uninterrupted. It is not a fleeting inspiration or a momentary comfort. It is my voice, as clear as the daylight and as firm as the rock, speaking directly to you because the time has arrived. This is not just an ordinary moment. It is not simply a pause in your journey for reflection or rest. This moment is sacred. It was marked by me before the first star ever appeared in the sky. I have brought you to this point because your soul has been crying out, and I, your God, have heard every cry, I have seen every tear you shed in secret, even those you didn't fully understand yourself. I have been present even when you thought you were completely alone. You may think that many of the things you went through were random or meaningless struggles, but I tell you that in every step, even when you felt your weakest, my hand was holding you. Though you couldn't always see it, you were never abandoned. Even when others overlooked you, when you felt invisible to those who claimed to care, I watched you with constant attention, because I do not look the way humans do. I don't judge by appearance, performance, or flattering words. I look at the heart, and yours, though burdened by pain at times, has remained open to my presence. You have not allowed your spirit to harden, and for that reason, I have come to speak to you with clarity. I want you to know that your faithfulness, even in the darkest moments, has been valuable to me. Every time you chose to rise again, even when everything inside you wanted to give up, that was an act of faith that heaven saw, my beloved. The times when you felt lost and had no clear direction were not wasted. I was working behind the scenes. When all paths seemed to close, I began to prepare a new one, unseen by the world, but perfectly planned in my eternal purpose. Now, the time has come for that path to begin to take shape.